Barbados is an island nation located in the Caribbean. With a population of approximately 285,000 people, beautiful scenery, and hot climates, this popular tourist destination is a place I like to call my second home. My story starts on November 10, 1942, in Mount Hillaby, St. Andrews, when my great-grandmother Elvira and my great-grandfather Oscar Thorne had a son named Simeon Sinclair Thorne. His mother gave birth to him at home with the help of a midwife. During those times, midwives would go door to door delivering babies. As a child, he was curious, bright, and very ambitious. He did extremely well in school. In the 1950s, Simeon was just like any other teenage boy, full of hopes and dreams. He went to a prominent high school in Bridgetown, which he attended until the age of 16. Things were going well for him and his family, until the year of 1955, as Barbados came to a standstill on September 23, 1955, when Hurricane Janet struck the island. Simeon was only 13 years old, and him and his family had to hide underneath the house for hours until it was safe to come out. Hurricane Janet claimed 35 lives and left 20,000 people homeless. Despite the damage, Janet was classed as a moderate hurricane. On December 18, 1915, Canadian troops entered Korea, therefore joining the Korean War. About 25,000 Canadians served, over 300 died, and there were over 1,000 casualties. On March 31, 1954, Toronto opened Canada's first subway system. In 1954, Toronto was hit with Hurricane Hazel on October 15th, killing over 80 people. On November 30th, 1966, Canada and Barbados established a diplomatic relationship upon Barbados becoming an independent country. In 1911, the Canadian Trade Commissioners Service opened up their first Canadian branch, which is the Royal Bank of Canada. This had a great impact on Barbados, which resulted in more financial institutions such as the Bank of Nova Scotia and CIBC. Canada also has a strong relationship with Barbados in matters of state security and defense. The Royal Canadian Mounted Police and the Department of National Defence Canada have provided assistance to Barbados and continues to work in partnership with the regional security system. In the 1970s, Canada was at the top of its class of employment, which had my grandfather curious. On July 11, 1975, my grandfather was struggling to find work after being fired as a postman. Wife, 3 children, and a baby on the way, he decided to move to Canada to find better living conditions for him and his family. Working conditions in Barbados were limited and money was tight for the family. He was told by his friends about Canada. Surprisingly, he had no problems with the government. He said that it was smooth sailing and the people were very nice and very welcoming. He found work at a hospital as a technician and work as a busboy at a restaurant called Diana Sweets. Once he had everything together, he sent back for his family and they lived in an apartment building. They lived there for a solid 16 years and went back and forth from Canada to Barbados every year. They would attend Cropover, which is a huge celebration in the summer, joined with beautiful colors, foods, and all different kinds of calypso music. Thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoyed my place in Canadian history.